Hello and welcome back to Sports Taza. We're back again with yet another video of the post-match analysis between Gujarat Titans and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Welcome to the show, Jain. Finally,
Mhm.
RCB going good, and RCB has beaten Gujarat today by 8 wickets. A much-needed win. RCB required to win to have the hopes alive. What is your take on the match today, Jain? You must be a happy RCB fan.
Yeah, so honestly, the match was not that exhilarating, but I think Kohli getting back into the form made up for it, more than made up for it. But yeah, so got as an RCB fan, I got my calculators out few matches ago, like every season. But yeah, I mean, fortunately, we are in a position at least that we can qualify if DC loses the last game. So let's hope that happens. But yeah, good day all in all.
Yeah. Certainly, I think quickly moving on to the fact how the game turned out. Let's look at how the Gujarat innings came into four, and I think once again we have seen Hardik has been the main man for Gujarat. It seems that he has changed his role. He's taken up captaincy as as a very serious role and coming down to bat it too. He said before that उनको ऊपर batting करना चाहते हैं, वो ज़्यादा balls खेलना चाहते हैं. How happy are you to see Hardik come back to form since India के लिए नहीं खेल रहे थे, injury से बाहर थे. And how happy are you that the way he's performing? I think already 400 runs bana chuke hain season and another 50 plus score.
Yeah, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how Hardik has performed in this tournament, not only as a batsman and bowler, but as a captain also. More so as a captain. And yeah, Venkatesh Iyer not performing has also helped his cause. As a India all rounder hopeful. So yeah, I mean I'm sure he'll be getting straight into the team now. But yeah, he's given himself a new edge as a player by promoting himself up the order, and yeah, he's been performing really well. Today also, I think he played really well, but again, he scored runs, but I think the pace at which he scored was not up to the mark. Probably he was like 20 runs short. We know how well he can hit, and he could have hit like 20 runs more in the balls that he took.
Sure.
I mean, his strike rate was probably very close to the 100 for most of his innings, and only at the end of the innings is when he got a chance to take it up. So yeah, I
Sure.
think that's where they lost some of the opportunity to win the game.
I think correctly said, but I think the new role kind of he manages. I think where he now, I think for Gujarat, it's more about I think Miller and Tewatia coming after him and kind of accelerating, and kind of getting those runs while he kind of plays around. And if especially if someone like a Shubman Gill and Saha doesn't bat well or doesn't stick on, Jen, I would like you to take this question. I think one of our viewers wants to know what do you think about Hardik's bowling, because he has been bowling in the power plays and he's been bowling in the middle overs. Was expensive today, but overall, across the tournament, what do you think about his bowling? Because Team India also will require him to bowl if he kind of gets back into the team.
All in all, I think he's been bowling well throughout this tournament. Of course, today was not the best of the days, but one thing that he also mentioned sometime a few matches ago was that he's not planning to bowl in every game. He only wants to bowl when he is required to bowl, which shows that he has that level of confidence that he's one of the best bowlers in that team, and he can take wickets, bring a change to the game. So from that perspective, is I think it's good for his confidence and on. We all know he has the capability to become one of the top by five bowlers. Uh, so yeah, if he's confident, then I'm sure he'll be able to do the job. And as of now, I mean, he's bowling really well. But yeah, he
Sure.
needs to just regulate how he bowls and make sure that his injury is not aggravated once again.
आई थिंक दैट मेक सेंस. आई थिंक इंडिया के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि एटलीस्ट हार्दिक अगर एक या दो ओवर निकाल पाते हैं एज अ सिक्स बॉलर, बहुत ज़रूरी रहेगा. स्पेशली आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जा रहे हैं जहाँ पर अगर स्पिन नहीं कर रहा है इतना बॉल, तो आप चाहेंगे कि एक मीडियम पेसर आकर वो 2-4 ओवर निकाल दे अगर आपको कहीं भी मिडल ओवर्स में, तो काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा आई थिंक इंडिया के लिए हार्दिक का परफॉर्म करना विद द बॉल एज वेल. कमिंग ऑन टू द मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट.
I think he should be the fifth bowler rather than the sixth one because sixth, so obviously he can be, but if he can be the fifth one, then we can have an extra batter.
Yeah, I think that is a point that is going to be talked about a lot over the coming period of time, because it's said that India should play with two spinners. We always play with two spinners, even if it's you're playing somewhere in Australia. But yes, I think Hardik being the fifth bowler or the sixth bowler is going to be very important for India. But that's a conversation for another day, again, when we'll talk about the Indian tour and and the World Cup that's coming up. Moving on to the more on a much bigger question, I think that's going to be about Kohli, his form. He had been out of touch. He had not been scoring runs, and as an Indian fan and as a Kohli fan, everyone wanted him to kind of get those runs back. How happy are you with the way Kohli batted today? And especially, we all know how good he is when he's chasing runs.
Exactly. I'm really happy for him, honestly. And, once again, he showed that when the team is in trouble and, you really need the win, that is when he, gives his best. So we could see once again, under pressure is when Kohli delivers. And that's what happened today. I'm glad, though, because it had not been happening for a while. But yeah, again, he showed that he still has it in him.
Yep. And I think one of our another friends, I think Vidit is joining in, and I'll get him on. Hi, Vidit, welcome back to the show. How are you doing? I was just asking Jen, how good has Kohli been, and how everyone was talking about Kohli's form, and he's come good while chasing. What do you think about Kohli's innings today?
I think come with the man, come with the occasion. Very important win. And if you see in 2016, कोहली जो उनका 973 का सीजन था उसमें आरसीबी wanted to win the last four matches and कोहली actually performed in all those four matches and won and आरसीबी qualified. टाइटल नहीं जीते अलग बात है but you could see how animated he was, how happy he was, not just with his own runs but also with his teammates. आप डुप्लेसी के साथ सेलिब्रेशन देखो, मैक्सवेल के रन पे देखो, फील्डिंग करते हुए एक एक विकेट एक एक रन सेव पे सेलिब्रेशन देखो. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मैच था बिकॉज आरसीबी न्यू की रन रेट का तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता. इट्स ओनली दे नीड टू विन एंड होप डीसी लूजेस बिकॉज डीसी की रन रेट बहुत बेटर है. सो आरसीबी हैज़ डन देयर जॉब. जो उनके हाथ में था वो उन्होंने कर दिया है. नाउ इट्स ऑल ऑन डीसी एम आई. बाकी किसी टीम में क्या हो रहा है, एस आर एच पंजाब का मैच की कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. So this fourth position will mainly be if DC loses, RCB goes. DC wins by whatever margin. RCB is fifth. So yes, very
Certainly.
very interesting.
I think Jen, my question regarding how Vidit mentioned how animated Kohli was. We all saw, every time he hit a boundary, every time, even if it was like a miss hit and the ball went out for a boundary, he was very, very joshed up. Kind of, you could see the desperation in him to get runs, and he's been waiting to get a big score and perform for RCB. And we've not seen that with Kohli in the past because we haven't really seen him have that patch. So, what do you think how this is going to transpire for not just the IPL but for Team India, because we require him to score for Team India in the coming time?
Correct. I mean, I really feel that, Kohli is at his best when he's aggressive, when he's animated, right? And it had been, missing for a while. But in the last two, three matches, I could see that, aggression in him with every wicket, every catch that he was taking, every wicket that was falling. And, so it was there. There was a phase in the middle when, we thought that he's just dejected. He's probably not into the game. But in the last few games, we can see that, that aggression is getting back, and I'm sure this will translate into form and him getting into his own self.
Correctly, well said. I think so, Jain. I think with it, my question to you would be regarding how the game got over. We knew that RCB had to win the game, and the net run rate is not going to come into play because the net run rate was quite low. But yet again, we saw Maxwell what he's capable of, and that innings of 40 of just 18 delivery. He came in, he had just one mindset, he had to hit the ball out. What did you think about Maxwell's innings today?
I think very good. Maxwell bowled 4 overs today. Usually not what he does. अब हर्षल पटेल आज इंजर हो गए थे. वेरी वेरी क्रूशल प्लेयर फॉर आरसीबी. एक ही ओवर डाला. तो वैसे शहबाज मैक्सवेल मिलके 4 ओवर डालते हैं. आज उनको 7 ओवर डालने थे. एक लॉम्ब्रॉन ने डलवाया. बट स्टिल वो एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर आ गया था आरसीबी पे. अराउंड द 13th ओवर Duplessis got to know that Harshal will not be coming back. So, and they did not have Siraj, who they retained, and they had got Siddharth called today. So, first of all, I'd give huge credits to RCB's bowling today. बिकॉज जीटी में मतलब जब पांडे और मिलर सेटल थे लग रहा था 180 पहुंच सकते हैं. पांडे वॉज नॉट टाइमिंग द बॉल. पर आरसीबी के जब हर्षल पटेल एंड में नहीं है, सिद्धार्थ कौल प्लेइंग हिज फर्स्ट गेम, दैट bowling becomes very weak. So Maxwell bowling his quota of 4 overs, bowling a maiden, getting one crucial wicket, and that catch of Gill. So that was an all-round 3D performance जिसको कहते हैं. And with the bat end में लग रहा था शायद कुछ pressure आ जाएगा आरसीबी पे when Duplessis got out, but Maxwell started hitting from the first ball and वो आने ही नहीं दिया. मतलब no pressure at all. So very crucial. DK strike पे थे, मतलब साथ में थे, लगा ही नहीं. DK did not get a chance. But at least Maxwell finished it off. Run rate का कोई issue नहीं था. But this win was very very important. RCB top three players, कोहली, डुप्लेसी, मैक्सवेल firing in the last game. तो अगर RCB qualify कर जाती है, this momentum that they will be carrying forward will be very tough to beat for any team.
Certainly with it, and very well said. And I think the most important thing that you mentioned with is about Harshal Patel. And Jen, my question to you will be, in case and if we see that DC loses tomorrow to Mumbai Indians, and if Harshal Patel is not available for RCB, how big a miss will he be? Because like Vedant mentioned, he's been one of the bank for RCB to bowl out those end overs. And at any point of time you get him on in the middle overs, also he gets you those wickets. So how big and who can be a possible replacement for someone like Harshal Patel?
Yeah, I think it will be a massive miss if that happens. But yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone but Siraj coming in. They might have few other options, but they will have, in terms of a foreign player, but then they will have to change the whole mix of the team. So I think Siraj will come in, and of course he can do the job. But the thing with Harshal is that he sometimes goes for runs, but he always gets the wickets at the end. So that's the difference. Siraj generally just goes for runs, not for wickets. So yeah, that's the difference. But uh, of course, on his day, Siraj can be good with the ball and good, can take wickets too. So yeah,
I think massive. I think he will be a massive will because he's been their leading wicket taker. I think in both this season and last season as well. Because I think moving on slightly away from the game, there was an incident that happened today, and it's been happening in a few other games. We've been seeing that the ball hits the stumps, the wickets light up, and the bails don't go off. The wicket is not given. According to the current rules, अभी के हिसाब से अगर आपकी bails पूरी तरीके से नहीं गिरती हैं विकेट से, तो उसको आउट नहीं दिया जाता है. बट अगर टेक्नोलॉजी है एंड आप देख सकते हैं कि बॉल विकेट्स पर लगी है, तो क्या यहाँ पर कुछ चेंज आया ला सकता है लॉ में, जिससे कि इट्स ईजियर फॉर द बॉलर्स? बिकॉज आज हमने देखा कि अगर मैक्सवेल उस टाइम पर आउट हो जाते तो शायद आरसीबी मैच ना जीतती, ऐसा हो सकता था.
मतलब मैच का रिजल्ट पे क्या इम्पैक्ट आता पता नहीं, बट मैक्सवेल गेटिंग आउट ऑन अ डक वुड हैव बीन अ वेरी वेरी क्रूशियल ब्लो फॉर आरसीबी. अब हुआ क्या है, ये बेल्स और ये सब ऐड करने की वजह से, मतलब आप लाइट डाल रहे हैं तो आपकी बेल
right.
स्टम्प्स भी हैवी हो रही हैं एंड देन नॉट फॉलिंग ऑफ दैट इजीली. इफ़ यू सी दैट वाज अ फास्टर क्विकर वन फ्रॉम राशिद खान. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत लूपी स्लो डिलीवरी थी कि बेल नहीं गिरी. पिछले बार में भी देखा था, बेल लाइट अप हुई पर गिरी नहीं, इट जम्प्ड अप, लाइट जली पर नीचे नहीं गिरी. अब जब बात आती है रन आउट या स्टंपिंग में, एज सून एज द बेल लिट्स अप, आउट दे दिया जाता है. दैट इज नॉट विद बोल्ड. सो दीज आर टू वेरी डिफरेंट रूल्स, डिफरेंट ओपिनियंस. मेरे हिसाब से चेंज आएगा. मतलब कोई बड़े मैच में कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं हुई, अगर कोई फाइनल में कंट्रोवर्सी होती है, कुछ होती है, तो ये बहुत लाइमलाइट में आएगा. बट आई थिंक वाई वेट फॉर दैट ओकेजन जब इतनी बड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी. इमेजिन दिस हैपनिंग इन अ T20 वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल एंड द टीम जिसके अगेंस्ट ये हुआ है वो हार जाए, तो मतलब बहुत बड़ी कंट्रोवर्सी हो जाएगी. आई फील दे कैन चेंज द लॉ, क्योंकि अगर लाइट जली है तो उसको आउट दे सकते हैं. बाकी मैं पूछना चाहूँगा आप लोगों का क्या ओपिनियन है इस बात पे.
Jen, what are your opinions about this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally of the opinion कि परंपरा फॉलो करो. बट यहाँ पे
और
परंपरा तो वहीं
प्रतिष्ठा
ब्रेक हो गई.
प्रशासन.
हाँ, प्रतिष्ठा और अनुशासन का भी टाइम आएगा. बट यहाँ पे परंपरा वहां ब्रेक हो गई जहाँ पे इन्होंने लाइट्स इंट्रोड्यूस करी विकेट्स और बेल्स में. सो इफ दे चेंज द रूल देयर, देन ऑफ कोर्स दे शुड रीलुक द बेल्स वाला रूल आल्सो. So yeah, I mean, Vidit is right, and definitely they should look into it before this leads to uh, a big mishap in some big game.
Certainly, I think probably the ICC has to look into the matter, like we had mentioned, कि अगर बेल ज़्यादा हैवी हो रही हैं और वो ग्रूव से नहीं निकल रही हैं. आई थिंक हमने बहुत बार देखा कि बेल्स जंप अप करती हैं लेकिन वापस स्टम्प्स में आके गिर जाती है, तो उसको आउट नहीं दिया जाता. So I think that's something that the ICC can look at, and maybe we will see a change in the rule. Thank you guys for joining today. Today finally we saw that RCB has won. They're currently in fourth, and from now on it will be whatever happens in that match for DC versus Mumbai. If DC win, their net run rate is already better than RCB, so they will qualify. So all RCB fans will be hoping that Mumbai beats DC. I think one of the only occasions where we'll see RCB fans kind of supporting Mumbai Indians. Thank you, Jen, for joining today. Thank you for joining the show. And for more such content, please keep watching Sports Taza. Do subscribe to the channel, give a like to the video, and we'll be back again tomorrow for another video.